All right, we're back.
Okay, Fred put this in upside down because he watched me do it wrong.
Notice how he says Fred put it in upside down when he wouldn't let me touch it after asking him numerous times, can I give you a hand?
No.
I got this.
Okay, the other thing I want you to do, they want to make sure that the spring, 90-degree spring piece here is in the same insert location as the other one.
Now, when he assembles it, it will stay together.
Maybe.
Oh,
Here's
really?
a slip spot where it slips on easily. And this also has to be in the right spot, too.
Yeah, so it holds the damn pins in.
That's
Knucklehead.
right. Why didn't you do that correctly?
3647. Now, notice he never allowed me to touch it, even though I said, do you need a hand with
There's
it?
the tang there, see?
Do you need a hand? No, Fred, I got this.
They also said that
I can do
you're
this
never
ass
supposed to
backwards.
take these apart because
They're a pain in the ass
only
to
the
get back
factory Chinaman knows how to put it together correctly.
together. The factory what?
Chinaman.
Chinaman?
You know, aren't they
Made
made
in China? I suspect very few people know how to put them together once you've disassembled them, but
I don't know how they would ever have been taken apart.
make sure you get it inside those little...
You know, like that spot right there?
Is that too close? You want to go further away?
Okay.
Too close?
No.
No.
We need to put that on there.
Where's
with,
it?
With the shift fork.
Where's this? I got the ship for it.
The dog's over here.
Well, why isn't the dog on this side? Now we still have the black marks, which he couldn't put on the inside because they're on the outside, so we know those are on the outside.
That's what Fred said.
I'm trying to do this simultaneously, cameraing and assembling.
Is that a word?
I don't know. Never thought I'd be a cameraman. Okay, now, slowly. We got to do a couple of different things simultaneously.
There you go.
And it's simultaneously going together. Hit it! Ooh, what'd you do? You dropped something.
Hold on. Bang it over.
I banged on it, it went down. I'm good, man.
Okay.
I'm good. Is that hole lined up?
What hole?
That hole that we keep talking about. Push it all the way down.
I'm not that far yet, Fred.
Oh, now, doesn't that look much better? It
No.
looks like it fits.
No, it never would fit that way.
They wouldn't listen to me.
If you watched the previous video, you would see the correct way of doing it.
What? Correct way of disassembling
The
it?
correct way not to do it, I should say.
Not to do it.
Okay.
See, he's
you
going to
want this
delete
hole-
that section.
You want this hole to line up over here with this hole over
Yeah,
here?
well, yeah, I got to push this down further.
I'm working on it, Fred.
What?
There.
Look.
I had to get the pin line.
Didn't I know what I did? Now you can put the pin in. And you'll be done.
Now you notice how those didn't quite fall out all the way yet.
Because they're not going to fall out, because that's the way they're supposed to be.
Look at that.
Knucklehead, 3647.
Where's your pin at, Fred?
If it was right there,
If it was up my ass, I would have found it.
it might be a little rough. All right, wait, hang on. Let's watch him.
Yeah, we're gonna put
See if
the
he can
roll pin
break-
like this or like this.
I don't know, but that looks like this looks like the end that goes in first. On that other side.
We both have the same thing.
No,
Let's see, which way do you want me to put it in? Just like that or like that?
I don't care. Do I?
Put it in like this because I think that's stronger.
How you figure that's stronger? Maybe if you held a piece of wood on the back end of it. But don't do that. Don't listen to me.
Actually, if you put something heavy like a hammer or a bigger
Yeah.
hand,
What did I just say? A piece of heavy wood.
I don't have any heavy wood. Okay, you like that, Fred?
It's together. Let's bend the shaft while we're at it.
I'm trying to, Fred. I'm trying to. There, you happy? Did I bend it? This is a Chevy. It's not a Harley. You can beat on it with a hammer and not break it.
Okay. All right, what's next? Hopefully the fifth gear going in was not a...
You like that power shift?
What are you doing? Don't shift it so far. Jesus, man. You know, there's a reason why... Hang on. The reason why there's something holding this end of the shaft...
It's right here, Fred.
Yeah.
They'll help you.
When
There,
you
you
put
like I
that...
did that? You know what? I bet you we gotta take this back apart.
You know, I was about to say, you sure you're at this point in
Probably
time?
forgot something here.
I think you're. Are you sure you're at the point in time where you need to assemble it? Now the good news is you won't be able to do it back asswards again because you did it straight corrected this time. But we can try it first.
Well, I got the counter shaft in. I don't know. We might not have to take it all back apart again.
Somehow I'm going to say that's. I don't believe it.
You don't believe that?
No. But
Okay.
because you've done it 3 times now.
That was the second time on that one. 2 times wrong, 1 size right. Where's this go?
It's somewhere in the top,
Right here.
above the other gears.
So, yeah, here's that sinker you're not supposed to take apart. So you're thinking maybe we can't assemble this now?
I'm thinking you screwed up again. Or you can go that way. Oh, nope. Nope. Not gonna happen. No way, no how.
What if I cut this piece out, put it in, and then glue it back in with some...
You know what
Gorilla
really
Glue.
sucks is you put that damn counter shaft in,
I put that pin in there.
and you can't roll it off to get it out of there to take this everything out. To make
No,
our
I gotta
lives
take the
easier.
pin out again.
I'm just pointing that out to you.
I already knew that.
Hey.
Right after I saw it was already the demo was done, I knew it was wrong.
Didn't I ask you before you put that pin in? Are you sure this is ready?
Yes, it is. Ready to go. That was a good job. See, now we know how not to do it. We only
If we do this,
thought-
if we don't know how not to do it twice, you know, and it's like, you know, first time shame on you, second time,
Shame on Fred.
yeah, shame on the. Can you put a piece of wood under the damn thing?
I had my hand under it, Fred.
Oh, you drive me up the freaking wall. Oh, there it goes.
I didn't lose
Off
that.
and
did I?
running. Have your safety goggles on just in case?
My what? My safety
Huh?
shoes? Yeah, my shoes are on, yes.
Safety goggles.
I don't know about those. What are those?
Now switch it around so we can pull instead of push. Expand instead of
Well, I would have to
contract.
switch it around when I just put it on this way.
Well, you did, didn't you?
See,
Because you screwed up the last
Dumbass.
time.
even I
Don't,
knew
don't
that.
even try and deflect this on me.
Even I knew that.
Don't even try and deflect this mess on me. Hang on. There, just keep it. Oh, now he's getting good
That's
now.
assembled.
He's
Look at that.
getting good now.
That's a pretty good job, wasn't it, Fred?
We can switch. We can now go back to the screw up.
Look at that.
I mean-
I got everything over there.
We had fun changing. We
See,
did that.
you'd probably think we wouldn't post this up on video, would you?
I wouldn't. But I don't
They don't
care.
know us very well.
I don't care. Doesn't matter to me.
That's right. We don't care either.
So I helped my buddy work on his Jeep, and we actually
At
converted.
least I didn't put a hole in my radio.
We converted. Oh, really? You're gonna go there? You're
Yes.
gonna do that to me?
Pick on me, I won't pick on you.
I still can't figure out how the damn thing gets to the front of the engine, and gets bounced around through the fan blade,
Where's this go?
through the cooling blade. Oh, you probably need it. I don't need that.
I don't know what that is.
Through that into the radiator, and like one of those.
Where's this go? This is one of those Butchu tools, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it goes in that way.
You didn't see my speedometer drive adapter bushing, did you?
Did you make that yourself?
I made it all. That took all day yesterday.
Really? And what else did you assemble yesterday during the course of?
You weren't here to help, so I didn't get anything done.
I was working on my
Is
Duramax.
that what you wanted to hear?
Yeah, I don't really care to hear that.
Look at that.
Well, you can say anything you want. It doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't freaking matter.
Okay.
Shouldn't you have assembled that before you put it in the hole? And how are you going to assemble it before you put it in the hole?
Carefully.
It looks like those are too big. You have to assemble it while it's in the hole.
I think you're right, Fred.
So pull it back here and start assembling that direction, or what?
Well, I think we have to put a synchro ring on there, or 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
I think we have to look at the directions. At least the
I cannot
schematic.
believe that.
Or at least the schematic of the directions.
Yeah. The blown up view.
I know where this piece goes.
That's the last piece to go in.
Oh,
Why are you even worried about that?
I'm not worried about it at all. Now you got 3 different gear sets here. That's the first one, which was the last one off. That was the first one off. So it's the last one in. Probably goes over this area here, but I'm thinking those other ones go here. But I could be wrong.
You've been wrong before.
Not even today. Okay, so we have a gear here. That's 5th gear. That's 4th gear. That's a counter shaft gear. Oh, here's the main shaft up here. Okay, that little short thing right there is that big long thing right over here.
Oh, why is that? Oh, because they took and cut a section of it out, make it look shorter.
They took a lot of it out. Okay, we have some needle bearings. I know that's first thing in because that goes inside of here.
Mm.
Then we have some washers of some type.
Mm.
So you got any washers of some type?
How can you put needle bearings? You can put needle bearings in there.
Hey, I know where this goes now.
Well,
Hey, look at that. Figured it out.
fingered it out.
Fingered it out. Okay, that goes there.
And your needle bearings go above that, inside there?
Needle bearings go in there. Then you have a snap. Then you have one of them brass chinguses.
Chinguses?
Chinguses. The only problem is this didn't go over. It only goes over that part, so we're okay. Okay, so that goes into there. So we know where that goes now. So that part we understand. I figured that all by myself, Fred. Didn't even have to have you here helping me. Okay, now we need a synchro, but we want to get a better synchro than this one because see how torn up this one is?
Do you have a better synchro than that?
Yes, I do. Here's one right here.
Is it just a different gear synchro? How do you know it's still the same synchro?
There it fits and everything.
So you don't want that, you want the crappy synchro back in some other gear?
In low gear. Because I don't care if low gear has a synchro. Well, you want to know if these are all the same, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Look at they're
They're
identical.
changing around. There's something. So I think you should make sure they're identical.
Not quite.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Maybe it's worn down.
maybe
Maybe not.
no.
No.
Once again, the Fred is correct.
Where's the other one at?
And
There's another one somewhere.
he's pretty good with motorcycles, but sometimes he needs some help.
Fred, we're missing one.
What are you missing? There you go.
Yeah, I can mix it up with that
And
one.
why don't you buy a new synchro?
Synchro's cost money. I could use that one.
Aren't synchros supposed to help synchronize and make the transmission
Yeah, but
shift
they're not-
better?
They still work. There's nothing wrong with them.
You didn't knock a bunch of tabs off of that?
No. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Fuck it.
All right.
Okay, this was underneath, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Watch the video. I forget.
You're making a mess, man.
It was on this one. I'm confusing for. Yeah, I think that was over here. Yeah, maybe it was like that. I had these in order.
And now you messed it up.
Yeah, whatever.
So
Okay,
what's next?
we need to put a gear on here, Fred.
You've been fiddle farting around. Let's go.
Okay, which gear goes where?
Well,
If you look down inside of here, they get progressively smaller as we go forward. So that means that big ass one down there goes in first. That goes way down here.
yep.
Now how are we going to get that inside of here?
Well, I think you're going to have to. Oh man, that's interesting. You can't. Do you think maybe you were supposed to do some counter shaft?
No, I remember now.
What do you remember?
It doesn't go in that way.
It goes in like that.
It goes like this. See? Yeah. You didn't catch that, did you? What I remember now,
Well, I was going to point that out. That's probably a way it would go before.
that's a way we could do it. That is correct. That is a way we could do it. Okay, see all this crap over here? That's exactly how it comes out because that's exactly how it came out before. So I'm just going to mix this up. Okay. appears to be a synchro missing. I'll put that on there for you.
Okay, you got to get everything on that in one shot.
Okay, so now this goes on here.
I'm probably not paying attention.
I'm trying not
camera.
to. You're trying to confuse
My
me.
camera work.
Okay, where's this one go? I know where it goes. I recognize those marks.
Those grinded marks, the torn up.
That would be that noise I keep getting every time I go in reverse. That'd be those.
You mean when you try and jam it in reverse?
Okay, whatever works. Okay, so now this one must be reverse. Yeah, see? That's the one that goes in reverse. Okay, so now we got to make sure that all these springy-dingy things over here in the same spot, because they were really cared about that before.
One on each side.
Yeah. I wonder if these are all the same. Okay, that one's installed, Fred. You like that? It's pretty damn good.
Lovely. Lovely.
Okay, now before we get too involved, I'm going to put a little bit of goop over here, okay? Just because I probably won't have
Spread the
time to
boogers
do it
out.
later.
Spread the snot out.
Spread the snotter out.
It's red snot.
Fred snot?
No, red
A
snot.
red snot. Is that different than Fred snot?
Oh, it could be. My nose is bleeding.
There you go. I knew that would work. Okay, then we got this over here, which I think is where a bearing goes.
This big bearing, the big ass bearing there.
Probably that big ass bearing over there.
And then the bush, the
That's another bearing.
race goes there.
Okay, now we need to get this piece over here. Like that.
You want me to go on that side while you're doing it?
Then we need to get some of this. I put oil there while you don't hold on.
Oh, come on, man.
Like that.
Yeah, I'll hold this.
I think that can go in later. It can.
Huh?
Do that one later.
Okay.
Okay, so we got this piece right here, Fred. Like that.
Lovely.
Boom. And we have this big stinking ass bearing over here. Where'd this washer go?
Ooh, you need that washer somewhere.
That fell off, didn't it? Well, you got the sheet right in front of you.
Oh, do I? I mean, I can look at the sheet?
Yeah, you can do it there.
How come that bearing just fell on that shaft?
Got this bearing here?
Oh, you're not that far. You're not all the way in
I'm
yet.
not all the way in yet.
Okay.
I think there's supposed to be a snap ring in here too. What else are we missing? I bet you we're missing some parts. That goes there.
It doesn't show us. You're missing some bearings.
Okay, where's our right
We're
here?
working on this one right here, right?
We're on this one here. We got this piece. Synchro.
Yeah.
Appears to be a washer.
Those are bearings.
Bearings, which we don't have. Gear. We don't have that bearings.
Why don't you have those bearings?
Because we don't have that kind of a tranny.
Oh, it's just rides on that. How'd you figure that out?
That's the difference between a standard one and a just world tranny. Even though this is supposed to be standard, not world. So if you look up 71 in the comic book over here, 71 is what? Bearing needle. Yeah, right.
Needle. No need for the needle.
We don't have any of those things. Okay, we do have a washer. So they want the washer before or after the synchro. This one goes over here.
Yeah, there is another one that's got a funny look to it, which would be this one. On the outside. That's what you're calling the outside.
Yeah, I think I went like this.
Are you missing a washer then?
I think it goes like that.
Yes, what's 72? 72 must have something to do with that bearing.
There's 68. What the hell is 68? Is that another one? You can't have another gear.
No, 68 is the actual bearing. You just can't. It doesn't look like a. 68 is that
That is my
bearing.
bearing. Okay, so that's a bearing in the cup.
See, I didn't call you knucklehead.
Okay, so no.
72 is.
We're gonna snap ring way over here.
So 72 is a race thrust, and then
Just a gear.
73 is ring locking.
Just a gear. This can come on later anyway.
Yeah.
So there's no snap ring in there.
No. Let's go to this side and watch it all fall into place. I think I would get rid of that bearing, that thing. Get rid of this thing.
I'm working on it, Fred.
Get that out of the way.
I'm going to get this out of here too. Get that out of there. We're going to keep the bearing in there though.
Yeah, because the bearing, well, the bearing doesn't stay in there either.
Bearing. Fred, the bearing, what the hell's that bearing in here for, Fred?
Why is it? You're like, totally. Hey, let me move this out of the way. You don't even need that washer either. You just need that big freaking bearing, that big freaking
gear?
That big freaking
And the
gear.
synchro ring?
Yeah.
Looks like that has to be installed on the vehicle here too. It's hard to
On
do.
the shaft.
There it goes.
She got the gold mine, I got the shaft.
There we go.
Oh, look at that. We have an assembly.
Not quite.
Houston, we have assembly.
That goes in there like that.
Hey! Ah! Right on my foot.
We don't need that.
Don't need that stinking washer.
No. Don't lose that stuff. Shit, we're pretty good there for a minute. That was a lot of planning for nothing.
Oh, we're so entertained. Make sure you get that right.
We have a big gear.
Make sure you get that right, because if you don't get that right, and you get all back apart, it'll have to come back apart. So you need to make sure you get the fork side,
Well,
the fork you side, correct.
I'm not sure which way it goes.
Oh, look at the picture.
Appears to be chewed up on both sides.
No, really?
Yeah.
No one's ever ridden in a truck with you. Hang on, we got to step aside here. There. I feel better now.
You feel better.
Barking spiders.
Should have cut the camera off for that.
Had to go.
I get some breathing smear now.